November 1st, 2019, 2:13 a.m., Danbury Forest, North Carolina. A 911 call connects from an unregistered number. The operator, Melissa, presses her headset tighter. 911, what's your emergency? No answer, but she hears breathing, small, shaky. Are you hurt? Can you speak? A whisper floats back through the static. He's here. Melissa stiffens. Who's there with you? The whisper repeats. He's here. He's here. No background noise, no TV, no wind, just the bare sound of a child trying not to cry. Honey, you're safe with me. Can you tell me your name? Liam. Okay, Liam, is he with you now? A prank or a nightmare happening in real life. Can you see anything around you? Trees. Are you in the woods? He brought me here. Melissa pauses. Liam, who brought you there? The long man. The operator frowns. Is that someone you know? No. Is he close to you? A tiny pause. Too close. Melissa signals to her supervisor. Tracing call. Possible abduction. Dispatch units. She turns back to the mic. Liam, can you touch anything near you? Something tall or flat? A box? Like a crate? Blue metal box? Melissa draws a square on her pad. Is it taller than you? He hid me here. The word hid hits Melissa like a punch. Did he tell you to stay there? He didn't talk. That's when the line picks up a second sound. Not a voice, not breathing. Something heavier, like a slow exhale from a chest too large to be human. Melissa mutes her mic. He's not alone, she whispers sharply to the room. Get officers to Danbury Forest, Sector North. 2 units confirmed. Melissa unmutes. Liam, can you hear the sirens now? No sirens. Okay, they're coming. Just stay on the phone with me. A thin scraping sound rises in the speaker. What was that? He's moving. Is he walking? He doesn't walk. Melissa feels her stomach turn. Liam, is he touching the box? He's above it. Inspector. Liam, listen. I need you to close your eyes. I tried. Why can't you? Because he turns to you. Melissa's hand goes cold. She sends a silent message to the screen. Urgent. Get there faster. Is the box open? No. Good. Stay inside. I hear him breathing. So does Melissa. The sound rises on the line. Slow, heavy, too controlled. She holds the mic away just a second. Something is breathing with them. Something too calm. Liam, the police are almost there. Don't move. It won't matter. Now why not? Because he already knows you're coming. The police lights strobe against the trees, turning the forest into a broken slideshow. Unit 2 and Unit 5 step out of the car. Radios crackle, flashlights snap on. We've got the trace point. Moving toward the box location, says Unit 2. The forest doesn't answer them back. But something feels awake. The crunch of gravel under boots is too loud, too exposed. You ever been out here before? Asks Unit 5. Only once. Got turned around after dark. Won't forget it. Why? Sounded like someone breathing behind every tree. Was it wind? Wind doesn't wait for you to stop. They both go quiet after that. Melissa's voice crackles through the radio. Liam is still on the line. Not speaking anymore. Negative, she replies. But he said you're close. The blue box finally emerges in the flashlight beams. Small, metal, covered in peeling paint. That it? Matches the description, footprints leading right to it. One set is tiny, kid-sized. The other is long, wider than a grown man's step, and disturbingly deeper, like something stood there too long. Unit 5 crouches, waving the beam across the prints. Whatever made these wasn't walking right. You mean limp? Not like a kid, like fabric dragging against metal. He's in there, Unit 5 whispers. Or something is. They unbolt the side panel. On 3, says Unit 2. 1, 2. The metal grows open. A shape spills out. Small, cold, slow. It's the boy. Liam is curled up like a puppet left in a crate. Unit 2 lifts him out, hand on the back of his jacket. It's okay, buddy. You're safe now. We got you. But Liam doesn't hold on to him. He doesn't move at all. He just stares ahead. Eyes wide open, unblinking. Melissa hears the radio crackle. We've got the kid. Is he responsive? Hard to tell. Check his pulse, she orders, voice shaky. Unit 5 touches his wrist. He's freezing. Is he talking? Not a word. Ask his name, Melissa urges. What's your name, little man? Liam's head turns slowly. Not toward the officer, toward the empty doorway of the box. And then he whispers, only loud enough for someone behind him to hear, you shouldn't have opened it. Both officers freeze. Opened what, Liam? It's the lid. Unit 2 looks back at the box. The hatch is still open, showing nothing but darkness. But something is wrong. Well, the inside walls are scratched, deep, and there are long smears on the metal, not blood, something darker. We need to call this in, Unit 5 breathes. He grabs the shoulder mic. Dispatch, requesting backup, unknown contaminant, possible creature, but the radio cuts out. No static and no aerotone, just the complete absence of sound. What the hell? He mutters. They both look up. Well, the trees are silent. No crickets, no wind. Just a forest holding its breath. And in the dead quiet, a new sound crawls out from the dark. The hiss of something sliding through leaves. Slow, heavy, not trying to hide. Eyes up, the sweet flashlight branches past bump until the beam flashes on something, not moving, and just there, stretched, back bent under its own height. The light hits its face, or what should be a face, but there are no features, just a surface like wet paper pulled tight over bone. Do you see that? Whispers Unit 5, voice breaking. Yeah, we need to go. They grab the boy, pull him close. But Liam doesn't fight or cling. He just stares at the thing. He just leans in and says the worst thing he could. He's learning yours now, Unit 5 swears, pulling out a flashlight like a weapon, even though he knows it's pointless. We need to get back to the car, now. They start walking, fast, the boy limp in their arms. The thing doesn't move, but the sound behind them does. A slow scrape like something growing taller while it crawls, following them, waiting for them to stop. They don't look back, they don't speak, they just run. And as they finally reach the car and slam the door, there's one last detail that seals the dread. Liam's reflection in the window doesn't blink, but something behind him does. The squad car doors slam shut like the wheels on a train to keep them in. Unit 2 starts the engine, the headlights flicker once, then stabilize. Secure the kid, he says. Liam sits in the back seat, buckled in, small hands folded too calmly. Unit 5 checks the mirror. Radio check. Dispatch. Do you copy? Nothing. The mirror, no static, no signal. Like the forest swallowed the frequency whole. Maybe the ridge is blocking it, Unit 2 mutters. But he knows it's not the ridge. It's everything they left behind at the blue box. He presses the gas. The car rolls over wet gravel. Liam, are you okay? He turns to ask. The boy doesn't blink. Is he still there? Where? Unit 5 asks without looking back. With us. Unit 5 glances in the rearview mirror. Nobody's sitting beside Liam, but the boy's gaze is locked on the empty seat next to him. Where do you see him, Liam? In the glass. Unit 5's breath catches in his throat. He stares at the mirror. There's nothing there, but the glass is fogged, just a little, like someone breathed on it. You're just cold, Unit 2 tells him, but he's not saying it to Liam. He's saying it to himself. They turn onto the narrow fire road that leads back to the gate. The guardrail bends like an elbow made of rust. We'll be back at the north lot in 3 minutes, Unit 2 says. Then we'll call this in and let detectives deal with the weirdness. But weirdness doesn't wait. Something hits the roof. A single tap, like a branch, or no, too slow, too deliberate. Hear that? Unit 5 whispers. Another tap. Then a scrape, like long fingers dragging metal. Speed up, Unit 5 urges. I'm going. Faster. I said I'm going. Unit 2 floors it. The engine growls. The tree line blurs by. Then the back window fogs. Completely. From the inside, Unit 2's breath turns shallow. Is there something in here with us? Liam doesn't speak. He just smiles. But it's not a child's smile. It's too patient. Too old. Unit 5 shines his flashlight into the fogged glass. The beam reveals a word traced by an unseen hand. Turn. Oh, hell no, Unit 2 mutters. He doesn't turn, but the road does. A sharp curve. The car screeches, fishtails. Brake! Unit 5 yells. Unit 2 slams the brake. The car skids to a stop inches from a fallen tree. Engine idle. Heartbeats louder than the motor. Both officers look ahead. That tree wasn't there before. Something is controlling this, Unit 5 whispers. Get out, says Liam suddenly, the first words he's spoken without fear. Why? Unit 2 breathes. Because he's coming. Who? The one who hides in the between. What does that even mean? But before Liam can answer, the dash cam flickers on. No one touched it. The screen goes from black to static to a live feed. But it's not the forest ahead. It's the back seat. And in the corner of the frame, right next to Liam, a faint shape leans forward. Tall, thin, head bent. Fingers trailing down the upholstery like spider legs. Do you see that? Unit 5 shouts. Don't look, Liam screams, but it's too late. Unit 2 turns. He doesn't scream, he just freezes, because the shape is gone. Oh, but its handprint is still on the seat. 5 fingers, but much too long. Let's go, Unit 2 gasps. They jump out of the car, flashlights swinging wildly. The night is so quiet for a stage. And the boy, still inside, looks at them and says, You left the door open. What door, Liam? Unit 5 growls. The one he came through. What door? The one made of sound. Then they hear it. Somewhere, a deep groan from the forest. Like the trees are shifting under something heavy, like the night is trying to rearrange itself. We're not alone, Unit 2 whispers. We never were, Liam finishes. The fallen tree looks deliberate, like a barricade signed by the night. Unit 2 and Unit 5 circle back to the car, breaths white in the dark that isn't cold. We're not walking this, Unit 2 says. We push through. He rams the trunk. It shifts an inch, then another. Like something on the other side let it move. Back in, Unit 5 snaps. They pile in, the engine claws forward, tires spit gravel. The car squeezes past Buck with a scream of paint. The road opens like a throat. Gate in 30 seconds, Unit 2 says, voice too flat. In the rear window, Unit 2, come in. Dispatch. We have the child. Unknown presence in the forest. Request immediate containment. Melissa's voice returns, too calm to be natural. Bring him to the north lot. Do not stop. Do not say names. Copy. They don't stop. The lot is a slab of fluorescent loneliness. Ranger Hale waits, jaw tight, hand on the door of a maintenance shed. Inside, he says. Now. They hustle Liam into the shed. Concrete floor, metal shelves, a desk with an old tape deck wired to a digital recorder. Liam? We got interference on the comms, Unit 5 says. You'll hear worse, Hale answers. He points to the recorder. This is from an old case. Same woods. Same... tall. How old? Old enough to be dust, Hale says. But tonight, it started playing by itself. Melissa bursts in, headset still around her neck like a stethoscope she forgot to remove. Her eyes find the boy first. Liam? He doesn't answer to that name anymore. She looks at Hale. Play it. Hale hits the button. The room fills with night that isn't theirs. A woman breathing, a man whispering a prayer he doesn't believe. Then a child's voice, not Liam's, and exactly Liam's, counting slowly. 1, 2, 3. This was recorded in 1996, Hale says. Unit 2 frowns. So? Melissa's mouth goes dry. Listen to the background hum. They listen. It's the same electrical hum from the blue box. It comes through cabinets, Hale says. Transformers, ducting, HVAC, and anything that makes air talk to itself. Doors made of sound, Unit 5 says, hating the way the words fit. Liam tilts his head as if someone answers him where no one stands. He wants to hear you say it, the boy murmurs. Say what? Melissa asks, already afraid of the answer. His name. We're not saying names, Hale snaps. You already did, the boy says without moving his lips. Something taps the metal shelf behind them. Not a knock, a measuring. Hale raises the volume. On the tape, boots grind gravel that might be this very floor from a different decade. Why are we listening? Unit 2 asks. Because it doesn't want us to, Melissa says, and because it leaves fingerprints in sound. She points at the waveform on the recorder's tiny screen. See those dips? That's speech without a mouth. You're telling me noise is talking, Unit 5 says. Noise is naming, Melissa corrects, and names are doors. The shed lights flicker. Sa. A chill climbs the shelving like a shadow learning stairs. Kill the fluorescence, Hale orders. The room drops into the warm cone of a single desk lamp. Better, Unit 2 whispers. For us, Melissa says, not for him. The tape hisses. Then a phrase slides out of the speaker, warped, the way a word sounds when someone tries it on for the first time. Melissa. Her name breaks in the middle like a knee. Unit 5 swears. Turn it off. If we stop, it'll come through something else, Hale says. At least now we can see where it is. Where is it? Liam answers, eyes on the ceiling. Up. Everyone looks up. There's only corrugated metal in the history of rain. Not there, the boy smiles. Up in the pot that listens. Melissa lowers the headset over one ear. If names open doors, we'll use a different language. She pulls a grease pencil, draws an X on the recorder. We'll call him Nothing. Nothing still counts, Liam warns. Nothing is a shape. Then we'll call him the Gap. He loves gaps, the boy says. He lives between your words. Hale leans on the desk, beard bright in the lamplight. What does it want? To be kept, Liam says. By who? By whoever listens. The tape clicks. A new voice whispers on top of the old one like two transparent images out of register. It's Melissa's voice from tonight, layered under a woman from 1996. Both say the same sentence in the same careful cadence. Do not look up. I didn't say that, Melissa breathes. You will, the boy says. Unit 2 grips the edge of the desk until his knuckles shine. We're taking the kid to the hospital. We're done. He reaches for the door. The knob is cold in a way that feels deliberate. He pulls. It doesn't move. He pulls harder. From the hinge side, the wood sighs like a throat learning to swallow. Back away, Hale orders. He's pushing. He who? Unit 5 snaps, then regrets the shape he made with the word. The lamp stutters. For half a second, the shed is a slideshow. Liam not blinking. Melissa's headset cord lifting in air that isn't moving. Hale's breath fogging to the side instead of forward. Unit 2's reflection in the lamp base smiling a beat before his mouth does. He's in the fixtures, Melissa says. Stop giving him surfaces. She yanks the bulb. The room falls into emergency red from a battery lantern. It paints everything with ambulance memory. Now we listen, she says. We let the tape finish. Finish what? Unit 5 asks. Wah, the sentence that tells us where the door is. The recorder sputters. The old case coughs up its last minute. A child counting in threes. A woman praying in a language she learned to forget. A man whispering a name he swore he wouldn't. Then the sound no one in the room will ever mistake again. Something tall, unbending. The shelving ticks as if the air became heavier by a pound of alphabet. He wants to be carried out, Liam says. On your tape. Not happening, Hale says. It already happened, Liam answers. You brought him from the woods when you recorded me. How do we close it? Melissa asks, voice steady only because it has to be. Liam smiles like he's being taught a secret he already knew. You can't close a word. Then we name something else, she says. We name the space shut. She grabs the mic, turns the gain until the meter reddens. Repeat after me, she tells the room. This is not your name. This is not your door. Unit 2 starts. This is not your name. This is not your door. Unit 5 follows, voice rough. This is not your name. This is not your door. Hale, low and iron. This is not your name. This is not your door. The tape records. The shed listens. The gap strains. The doorknob warms under Unit 2's palm. The metal lets go like a breath he didn't know he was holding. Open it, Melissa says. Slow. He does. Nothing waits outside. Nothing obvious. The lot is a square of light. The forest is a wall of listening. We walk together, Hale says. Eyes front. No mirrors, no names. They move as a single animal with 4 hearts. Liam walks between them, small hand finding Melissa's sleeve without asking. Is he coming? Unit 5 whispers. He never leaves, Liam says. He only thins. Thins where? Between. They reach the top. The windows are clean. The back seat looks like a place a child could fall asleep and wake up the same. Hospital, Hale says. Then we write the report wrong. Wrong? Unit 2 asks. Wrong enough, nobody tries to go find what we saw. They drive. The forest lets them. Melissa stares at the dash cam. She doesn't turn it on. It turns itself on. The feed shows the road ahead. Then, for a single frame between frames, the blue box, and a mirror where no mirror should be. A reflection looking back from inside the cabinet, smiling a moment before the door moves. The frame is gone. Did you? Unit 5 starts. We didn't, Melissa says. We won't. She reaches down and disconnects the dash cam's power with a soft final click. How do we keep him out? Unit 2 asks the road. You don't keep out what you keep talking about, Liam says. Then we stop talking, Hale decides. You won't, the boy says kindly. You'll make a tape. No one answers that. The county hospital is a lighthouse in a field of ordinary dark. Nurses take the boy. Doctors say shock and exposure, and a dozen other names that aren't doors. Hale writes a report that folds around the truth until it looks like paper. Unit 5 changes the subject every time a reflection tries to lead. Unit 2 sleeps with a towel over the bathroom mirror. Melissa goes home at 6:11 a.m. She makes coffee she won't drink. She sits at her kitchen table where sunlight makes the dust honest. She plays the copy. The copy plays her. At 8 minutes past the end, where a sane tape would be quiet, the gap breathes. It learns 3 new names. It tries them on. It decides which one of them will say it in part 2. Melissa presses stop. She labels the tape with a lie. Training, forest protocols. She files it where no one looks on purpose. Then she writes 1 true sentence on a sticky note and hides it under the deck. Do not name the gap. She does not sleep. Neither do we. Because when the upload goes live and the title says he's here, you and I both make a shape with our mouths. And shapes are doors. And some doors only open when enough of us say them at once.